9:37 a.m.
Obviously, if you ain't got the backbone, you little jank bag, right, to keep fucking picking up the phone to me, well, I'll tell you what, you little cunt, right, I've done fuck all to you, but you still can't keep my name out your mouth, and I'll be coming to your front door. And I don't give a fuck if you take this to the gathers, right, because I've had enough of you, right? I've done fuck all to you, but you seem to have the fucking crush on me. So keep my name out your fucking fat mouth, or I will be bouncing you like Tigger. Take that to the gathers. Oh, and I'll be sliding you, not stabbing you. I'll be sliding you. Total difference. So go back to your friend Justice for All and tell him to get the fucking facts right. But keep my name out your fucking mouth, and I'll take a charge sheet for you, because I'm going to make sure it's fucking worth it. You little Kennick cunt. That's what you are. You're a little Kennick. A no good Kennick. Right? Fucking ring me back if you've got a backbone, instead of sitting on fucking social media giving it large. And keep putting my photo up, you little jank bag. That's what you are, a little jank bag. Right? No backbone. You only backbone when you're behind the screen, you little fucking fat cunt. Right? You're going to need more than the gathers when I come to your front door. Because I'm going to be bringing somebody for your husband as well. Because I've had enough of you. To keep my fucking name out your mouth. Oh, well, you can play this on the live, not a problem. Right? Say hello to everyone, because I'm coming for them and all.
Press 2 to repeat.
Wow. Why? What can I say? Well, first of all, I don't condone any kind of violence, me. I'm not like that. And many of you in the chat will know that my answer to stuff like this is contact the police. That's what I always say. And, I said that for two reasons. One, it's logged. And if something did happen in the future, then you've got a log of it. And they might not seem to do anything, but you can put pressure on them to do stuff, especially if you're reporting it. And I will support anybody. Like when they attacked the camp and said stuff about the camp, I emailed the police and said what I thought and told them what I knew and offered to give them any kind of information that they needed. So that's the route I go down, and I think a lot of you know that. So I don't condone any kind of that. But this is what we get online. And it's a scourge, guys. Since the early days of the internet, I knew what would come in. And this is coming. People are really big and hard over the internet. There's not many of them who will carry out what they say, but people like that. Now, every week I'll be doing a couple of clips. I'm just overwhelmed with them because of Dennis and MJ. There's so many. But I'll do something every week and we'll show you. Also on that screen was Tanya giving out addresses, telling people that she's going to give out addresses, which she ended up doing to Grumpy. It were. And, wow, honestly, you just couldn't make it up. It's not on my kind of scene, that. But, don't worry. Over the 10 years or so I've been an activist, up here is a lot of personal information about a lot of people. Just right there it is. It's about 2 inches in from there on that temple on that side. That's where the information is about my people who I don't like. But, I'm not bothered. I'm not going to put out anyone's address, even though my address is online and you can see that anytime. But thank you to the chat. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome. Unapologetic, guys. Certainly not going to get any apologies out of me unless I've not been bad enough. But that's the first clip. We've got a lot going on tonight. We've got news on Darren Edmondson, the PTSD camp thief. But we'll get that up in a minute. But what have I been doing this week? I drafted up a letter, a reference for a friend of mine who's being demonized because he's a man. Let me just tell you that. A family man who's being demonized because he's a man. And I met a couple of these guys in a couple of weeks who are being demonized when they're absolutely innocent and they haven't done nothing wrong. And it's the kind of climate we're in. What else have I been doing? Obviously, getting ready for demonstrations and stuff. We're at the Victoria Hotel in Chadderton tomorrow. protesting. Bit of a low turnout last week. I've been supporting the lads who are raising money to put flags up. Actually, while we're on tonight, I will put a £5 into that cause. Let me just get the GoFundMe up. And they've been well liked around Oldham. So, right, I need to find it. Well, I did have it somewhere. Where's it gone? Why am I having to restore my chat? What's going on here? What's going on here, guys? That's better. So I think while we're on, I'm just going to put a £5 into the chat. I think that's what I'll do. Hope everyone's all right. We'll get to looking at the chat in a minute. Just bear with me while I'm on zooming in and out on my Facebook. All right, come on, get me chat up now. Bloody thing. Right, let me see if I've put it anywhere else. I don't see it there. Let me check WhatsApp. So there's a link in the chat. Any couple of quid will do, guys. And I've been putting up flags with these guys, and one of the first roads I did was my road called Edgerton Street. I was frustrated at the time, actually, but that's it. The first one was that. And while we're on, just bear with me, guys. I'm going to put £5 in myself. Just bear with me. Bear with me, guys. Just going through now. There we go. Yeah, I've just put a £5 in myself. I'll copy that link. It's a bit better than the other one. If you're from Oldham, if you find the guys on Facebook, you see them, you can ask them if you'll put flags up somewhere, and they'll try and get round to you. They've done Shaw, Limeside, Hollingwood, where I'm running, the Town Centre, Werneth, been up Lees, Durker. Been around quite a bit, but there's a link, and I've put a £5 in anywhere for them. I've put a £5 in. But yeah, thank you guys. Welcome to the show, Unapologetic. As you seen earlier on, I did play a video, and I will play it again in a minute for those who missed it. It coming at the beginning, but I will play it a minute. And I'll try and get a video a week sorted out. I've got that many videos off Dennis and MJ. It's just it's a bit overwhelming actually, but thank you. But there's enough stuff to do a video every week, and I'll do it on something. But anyway, let me get that video up one more time. So this is Tanya.
9:37 a.m.
Obviously, if you ain't got the backbone, you little jank bag, right, to keep fucking picking up the phone to me, well, I'll tell you what, you little cunt, right, I've done fuck all to you, but you still can't keep my name out your mouth, and I'll be coming to your front door. And I don't give a fuck if you take this to the gathers, right, because I've had enough of you, right? I've done fuck all to you, but you seem to have a fucking crush on me. So keep my name out your fucking fat mouth, or I will be bouncing you like Tigger. Take that to the gathers. Oh, and I'll be sliding you, not stabbing you. I'll be sliding you. Total difference. So go back to your friend Justice for All and tell him to get the fucking facts right. But keep my name out your fucking mouth, and I'll take a charge sheet for you, because I'm going to make sure it's fucking worth it. You little Kennick cunt. That's what you are. You're a little Kennick. A no good Kennick. Right? Fucking ring me back if you've got a backbone, instead of sitting on fucking social media giving it large. And keep putting my photo up, you little jank bag. That's what you are, a little jank bag. Right? No backbone. You only backbone when you're behind your screen, you little fucking fat cunt. Right? You're going to need more than the gathers when I come to your front door. Because I'm going to be bringing somebody for your husband as well. Because I've had enough of you. To keep my fucking name out your mouth. Oh, well, you can play this on the live, not a problem. Right? Say hello to everyone, because I'm coming for them and all.
Press 2 to repeat.
Wow, I just had to play that, make sure everyone got what were going on. That's Tanya threatening people with violence, which I don't condone at all. I'd rather just go the police way. But yeah. And sorry, I'm just sharing my stream on I'm just sharing my stream on Telegram at the moment. Let's get some shares in there. Don't forget, I won't forget everyone's favourite no-nonce, Alan Murray. I won't forget him. Remember, it's unapologetic, and I'm not going to apologise. I hate apologise. Well, I'd like to apologise, but I don't want to. I just don't want to. Please like the stream. If you're not subscribed to me, NHP UK TV, subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much. I hope everyone's all right in the chat. Let me see who's in. Cozzy was in her thing. She certainly did, Nathan. She certainly does, Laurie. I know, it's mad, innit? Jangbag, that's using a knife. She is part of Glenn Saffer's crew. Don't worry. We'll get the fake power up. Another massive, really, EW, and another record. Thank you, EW, in the chat there. One of my longest serving mods. Welcome, Jackie's in the chat as well. And Antonella Dilemma. Cozzy's at the top. I don't know if you're still watching. Cozzy's there. So, yeah. Lots of things going on. Lots of things. Let's get on to Darren Edmondson. Let me just share my screen. I hope people don't. I hate it when people phone me up when I'm on my show. Right. Let's just share the screen. We'll get to where we are. So, Pembrokeshire Patriot charged with assaulting an officer and breaching bail, and that was to do with Swinton. And he hasn't been in, and I only know this because I was at Swinton Court with somebody else involved in all this. So he's missed his bail, failing to surrender into custody. and he's been charged. He also faces second charge of failing without reasonable cause to report to Gable Cross Police Station July 30th in breach of his bail conditions. He hosts Late Night Veteran Show, is expected to appear before Swindon Magistrate Court to face charges soon. So this was dated 18th. So maybe it looks like they've arrested him, because if he's going to be in court, they've obviously arrested him. It goes on to saying what he's done, and the veteran can't bath, taking money, and he denies the allegations. So listen to this. I'll try and find it. But there was an article in a newspaper, and they checked out one of the screenshots that he sent them about his bank account, and they said it was faked. They said it was made up. And that's what they said in the newspaper. And he's definitely took that money. I put the receipts up before, but he's been arrested, guys. He's been charged with something. I'm not skipping bail as well. Doesn't look well for Darren Edmondson, unfortunately. Well, I'm not going to apologise or anything. He got himself into this. He'll have to get himself out, because he's not going to get any support from us at the camp or anything. We're not going to be writing any reference letters for him or out like that, like we have done for many people. That stinking Eddie Cooper got a reference letter written for him so he didn't get locked up. Honestly, the scumbag. And then he attacks Joe out on a demo. Just you backwards are for you lot. You backwards, you sheep. That's what you are, you sheep. If you're going to be like that, you're definitely 100% sheep. Let's get the noise. Let's just not mess around. Definitely 100%. Definitely 100% sheep, some of them people. You really couldn't make it up. But, guys, I'm not going to apologise. I was in Fallowfield the other week, last weekend it were. Or was it weekend? The weekend before, and I seen Brexit Brian. He'd come over to me. You've upset a lot of people. I fucking have, and I'm going to upset more people as well if you go against me or that camp. You're going to get it. You're going to get it online. I'm not going to threaten you with any kind of violence or anything, but I'll do videos on you on a Friday night on Unapologetic, and I'll slag you off and put the sheep noise up. That's what I'll do. And we'll call you out for every wrongdoing that you're on to us. And you know, we've got honestly the stuff that I've got to like call people out is astounding. It's absolutely astounding. Thank you to mainly Dennis and MJ of Rob. Jim Bob's been sending me stuff, but Dennis and MJ send me more than anyone else. And I could do a constant stream for 24 hours with the stuff that they've sent me. I really could. But we'll do something next week. But yeah, you sheep, some of you lot, you sheep. And you know, you get angry and all that lot at the most negative things, the things that are not to do with anything. So, and Reboot teaches us this. Don't be led by your feelings, be led by facts. That is one of the Reboot truths. So urge everyone, please be led by facts, not your feelings. Obviously, Tanya's got no control over her feelings if she's going online, physically threatening people. You know what I mean? Absolutely no control. But I'm guessing most of us do have some kind of control. And it's better to be in control than out of control. So I don't condone any kind of violence. Get the police on them. And if people continue to make up false allegations, that the police will be involved more, and more, and eventually the police will do something. It's simple as it's going to that point. It's a road that looks like it's going forever, but it does get there. The police will end up doing something. To you scumbags who like you act like extreme people, you know what I mean? And I don't do with extreme people, me. I'm just a regular person. I just want to get on with my life and do the best I can for my community and places like the camp and my friends, Joe and Dee, and that's what I want to do. I don't want to fight. I don't want to shout threats or anything. And just like I said, just don't do it to me or the camp. Otherwise, you'll be getting it back by the police being involved or something like that. And, you know, I've got loads of issues with police, and I'm going to have to go and see them eventually, counter-terrorism, over what I think that, like, they branded me to be a terrorist everywhere. That's what they branding that camp a terror training camp, and there's no evidence of it or anything. They're just scumbags, and it's been edited by the Jewish Chronicle and the Good Law Project, and I do not recognise anything that's outside of the United Kingdom, whether it be Israel, the Jews, Elon Musk, the Gulf states, China. They shouldn't be involved in anything to do with the UK. And they've painted and branded me, and they lied. Don't forget they lied. Let me just get it up. I just want to show you. Revealed. The fucking assholes, honestly, just getting mad on this, me. So wait till they're gonna hate it when I start going into the police station over stuff like this. They're really gonna not like me there. I know they won't. Let me just so let me get it up. Revealed therapy camp for ex-soldiers is a far-right hub. PTSD camp has hosted anti-Semitic conspiracy theories, pro-white campaigners, and the leader of a party that aims to end all immigration to Britain, meaning me. And the guy in the picture is a registered pest controller, and that's just a pellet gun, but doesn't mean nothing. But you can't do anything. And he runs a bushcraft camp, does our mate on there, and teaches you to light fires, live in the woods, and all that lot and stuff. Rehab centre is run by a married couple, blah, blah, blah. He shared claims that Jews harvest organs of Syrian refugees and appeared on podcasts along members of. So, you know, like, you can't go on a podcast if you're with someone from another group. Fuck off, Jewish Chronicle, honestly. You're well getting it when I go to counter-terrorism and talk to him. Simon Fell, Member of Parliament, and they're saying that they want the camp investigated in this article. And this is after it was already busted and investigated once with no further action after £1 million operation. So what I do for weeks and weeks, I was tweeting, are they going to pay? Are they going to pay? Are they going to pay? Simon Fell is a failed former MP of Cumbria, where he doesn't deal with child sexual exploitation. And I've said that on the post, and I've put links up to what he's not dealt with up there. Obviously, the Jewish Chronicle, they infiltrate our politicians and pay them loads of money. So they do anything that they want, and that's why they raided the camp. Well, fuck off, Somerset and Avon police. You're getting it as well sometime. Don't think you're going to do. You're just a bunch of arseholes. Paul Reynolds is passed away by now, guys. He spent some of his last time at the camp. That's where all his stuff was. He's at a firing range. So what? So fucking what? You know why? Why do we have firing range? So you can't go to them? Fuck off, Jewish Chronicle. Honestly, just fuck you. Honestly, I'm not having it. I'm not apologising anyway. If the police come and knock on my door, they can. It's all fake, this. Every fucking one of it. Patriotic spark calls to burn down and drive out board of deputies. Like that's nothing to do with camp. So, you know what I mean? Honestly, this is how clever these like people are in the media and stuff like that, assholes. So Lawrence is a founder and leader of the National Housing Party, a far-right splinter group that campaigns to end all immigration. We're not a splinter group of anything, mate. I started the party up with someone else, but we're not a splinter group or anything. All our candidates are new. They've never been into politics. They haven't been part of any organisation. So you're wrong there. So where does it say? I'm trying to find where it said. It's got little veteran on. Leggett Allen's on. I'm trying to find. George Rayson has appeared on a podcast alongside Chris Mitchell, who, according to the Times, is a former. So you know what? We can't talk to anyone. Meanwhile, our government allow tourists in from the Middle East, and they don't say nothing. That's all right. They allow our tourists in. That they allowed them in Oldham, believe it or not, guys. So yeah, it says somewhere. Oh yeah, the Draysons, Pembrokeshire Road, Edmondson, Lawrence, Patriot were contacted for comment. None of them contacted me. You're lying. You're fucking lying, you lot. You're lying. You know, no one contacted me. Nobody contacted me. Never an email or a phone call. You're just fucking lying. And I'm having the Jewish Chronicle one day. I'll call them out. I do it all the time. You look on my Twitter, you'll see plenty of tweets on a Friday, 9 o'clock, to do with the Jewish Chronicle. Scumbags, honestly. Absolute scumbags. Absolute scumbags. So nothing proven or anything. Nothing proven, just hearsay and stuff. But this is the kind of climate we live in these days, guys. It's up to us to stand up to it. And I'm going to stand up to it because I'm going into counter-terrorism. I'm going to ask them what they've got on the record about the camp. Is it because of the Jewish Chronicle? When they say, yeah, I'll say, well, what the fuck are you listening to Jewish people for? Which is connected to a place that's like 1,000 miles away. You know what I mean? Honestly, our country is not being driven by UK people, guys. It isn't. It's being driven by foreign entities. It is. And, you know, Elon Musk offered to give money to reform. I don't want him giving money to reform. The same as I don't want the Middle East Forum giving money to our MPs. The same as I don't want China influence in our MPs with donations and bribes. The same as I don't want the Gulf states who've donated £1 million to 160 MPs in gifts. I don't want any of that in our country because that's not going to help the indigenous or the people who are British citizens here, no matter what colour. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help the white man. It's not going to help the Bangladeshi man who's been here 3 generations. It's not going to help the Jewish people in Arpare or wherever where they've been fought for. It doesn't help anybody. It's negative against our country, so we should reject any kind of foreign influence into our politics and bribing our politicians. And I'm dead set against this. Dead set. We've got policies in our party specifically to do with that, and we don't want it because it's bad for everyone. People just don't get it. And all you like Sivnats who are supporting Israel, the mad thing is, you're supporting Israel because they're against the Palestinians. Yeah, we all get that. Yeah. And now, where the Palestinians come in now, they're coming here. And I don't want anybody to come here. So I don't want to accept any Palestinians, any Ukrainians. I don't want anyone coming to this country. I don't want people who are white coming. If they're coming from Ukraine, I don't want them. I don't want them. I don't want people from Africa. I don't want nobody. We should end permanent settlement to the United Kingdom. We've got enough people in the country already, and I'm just not ready to accept anybody, no matter what colour they are, no matter what country they come from in the world. Just stay away from the UK. Leave us alone. You know what I mean? Just leave us. Our party does not. Haven't got a policy for kicking anyone out. We're not doing that. If you're a British citizen, you're a British citizen. Going further, some of our policies will be like you've got to be ethnically linked to England to be a member of Parliament or the Prime Minister. I would never have had a Prime Minister that's not fully English or anything like that. I wouldn't. Not like Rishi Sunak. I would never have had it. Me, never have had it. Never have had it. Don't want David Lammy as Prime Minister either. So just, obviously, as a normal person, I'm not extreme or anything. I just feel vilified by that Jewish Chronicle and the Middle East Forum. So that's why my negativity of Jewish people goes up because of stuff like that. And if you're upset that I call them, then you can be upset. But that's what they're doing to me. And I'm not a nasty, evil person. You've seen it. Most of you in the chat know me personally. You've met me personally. I don't fucking tout for war. I don't go around saying I want people beaten up. I don't say that I want to kill anybody who's coming over here. I want to kick people out. Well, I want to kick the refugees and asylum seekers out. But I do not tout for anything like that. I don't tout that we have to make a separate community and fight back ready for a race riot. I don't say anything like that, me. No, nothing at all. I'm more bothered about community things within my community. And this is how I'm vilified by people who don't know me. And it just don't work with me. And I've had the hump for more than 2 years to do that Jewish Chronicle, and it's going to carry on. And I will eventually get the time where we might be doing something and they might be at a demo, and I'll call them out. I'll confront them at a demo and say, why do you lie? Why do you lie? So it's the only, why do you have to lie about people? So just watch out for me. And I try to do what I say, but I'm angry over this. And this is what's going to compel me to get to counter-terrorism, who've already had me in in 2018, and they've got a record of me. I want to see what that record's like. I want to see if I've got a red mark above me because I go to that camp. And I want it off the internet as well. I need to try and email the Jewish Chronicle, but the only thing is I couldn't do an email that's like positive because I just want to slag them off in the emails. I just want to slag them off. But I can't. But I will get round to it. Anyway, you good evening, Cos. I hope you're all right, my good man. Let's get back into it. So, let's get the hit list up again. I think we'll have a bit of. I think we'll go for Alan Murray. I think we will. Alan Murray slagging Nobby off. That's what we'll go for. Here we go.
Yeah, I think it has connected me, so hang on, let me just tag a few people in. And, oh fucking arseholes. That's a bit of tool, isn't it?
Where are you, Nobby, you little bastard?
Oh yeah, he's another fucker and all, isn't he? He's called some shit, isn't he? Oh, another one of you thought he was alright. Oh, I'm live, so I better be careful. No, you don't want to do that, so you want to go back. And you want to tag people.
You got a big mouth, Alan Murray. And what you said about my ex-dead girlfriend as well is just unacceptable. I'm not saying don't go on demos. Just pray that I never on the same demo as you, because I'll tell you to your face. And I'll call you out. Well, this is what some people are like. Obviously, did that on a live, but behind the back, is shaking my hand while slagging me off, saying that I've killed my ex-dead girlfriend because of me. There's no excuses. I'm not going to forgive. I'm supposed to forgive the reboot course. Those who've done the reboot course, it teaches us that, like, forgiveness is a path. You can forgive them. You don't have to forgive them for the pain, but if you forgive them, it helps you heal. I'm not ready to forgive, guys. I'm not, and I've really struggled in this last reboot program. You can ask Ash, Mitch, Lisa, Jackie Granner. You can ask all them, and I have really struggled with forgiveness through what's been said. Then obviously we had people, Glenn Saffers' crew saying, and the Bakers going on about saying that 3 people had died at the camp, accusing people of rape at the camp and stuff like that. And like, it's unacceptable. And when we look into these people, the Bakers are convicted animal abusers. And Glenn Saffers got more than a shady past coming up. I just don't know, you know, like in my day-to-day life, the friends I have in Oldham are not like that. I don't know people like that. I don't know anybody who's been convicted of animal abuse, who's a personal friend of mine. I don't know people like that. I don't know people who are gangsters and have done bad things in the past. I've heard of them. I know there's some names and I know there's some people. I don't know these people, me. But it seems to be that a lot of the people who are attacking and stuff like that, you're just scumbags. You're just absolute scumbags. And, you know, with no time for you. With no time for you. Fucking animal abusers. And I go to the camp, and I've been going to the camp for 7 years, and them are the... When you live somewhere, you stay somewhere, and you see the animals, and you see how people are with animals. The animals at that camp are exceptionally taken care of. The dogs, the horses, all the rest of the animals that they have on the camp are exceptionally taken care of. You know what I mean? And I've seen this with my own eyes over the 7 years. You know, I'm not an animal person, but coming to the camp, we got more contact with the horses, the pigs, the livestock, the chickens and the geese and stuff like that. Getting into nature, like, and you know, it's been really nice. And like I said, they looked after. So people like the Bakers, and I can safely say this, and I'll speak for Joe and Dion, you're never going to come to that camp. Even if the angels come down and forgive you for anything, we won't be forgiving you. And you won't be coming to the camp, I'm telling you. And, you know, no, it goes further than that. A lot of these people have never even been to the camp, and they think they know everything about the camp. Well, you don't know nothing, guys. You really don't know nothing, and you better shut your shit up, like Glenn Saffer and that. Just better shut your mouth, because you think, like, I will just cause trouble all the time. I'm not normally a troubled person, but I've had it with some of you patriots. I really have had it. You're sheep. You're extreme and all sorts of things. And I'm saying this to people who think like I might be the best mate. You might get a bit of a twang and think, is he talking about me? Well, I fucking am. I am talking about you. Honestly. Woo. Lordy. Let's get a little bit of a video on. Let's get a little bit of video on. Horrible. I know Jackie doesn't like it. She loves her animals, and these people are horrible, Jackie. I told you, didn't I? Like one of the horses or donkeys he had, it still had paint on from the last time it were out. Hooves not clipped and stuff like that, you know. And obviously, you've got to put time in to look after animals. And I know Jackie looks after her animals and that. And I know the camp, Joe and Dion and the family look after their animals as well. Like I said, exceptional. There's a couple of horses on that camp that are professional riding horses, so they have to be taken care of. And anyone who's worked with horses and stuff like that knows that kind of stuff. Thankfully, obviously, it's not all taken care of. When we do have some kids on, Macaulay's got an arse of a broad back, and he'll put a kid on top, then walk him around the field. And kids love stuff like that. And that's his arse that pulls his little 2-seater trailer thing. And that's what we're doing. It's therapy. It's therapy as well with them animals. Obviously, the chickens and the geese have got to be. You've got to deal with them in the morning. You've got to feed them. You've got to deal with them in the evening and stuff like that. And that's what we do on the camp. You know, I've been there, and Joe's asked me, "Listen, we got to go out somewhere. John, can you make sure all sheep and pens closed later on?" Yeah, I do that. Make sure the feeding bowl's in the pen for them, what's left in the feeding bowl and stuff like that. Obviously, there's some bigger geese on. I forget there are kind of geese on the side, but I don't. They go in the pen, but not in the pen with the door in. The chickens are in that, and they go in the grassy area outside. But that's what it's like, and like you'll be walking around the camp, and these geese will just come walk through past you. That's what they'll do, and they go to like the thick bits of grass, the grass where it's thicker and little bushy, and they must be getting insects and that are down, you know, in the shoots and stuff like that. And so it's proper animal therapy on that camp. And you know, like we also get to see a red kite, which is a bird of prey that flies around. There's rabbits. You can be sat at the bunkhouse, and then you look out across the field where we've got the memorial, and you see the rabbits just playing at the side like nothing's going on. I haven't seen any foxes, but there is foxes. So, you know, it's a very therapeutic place like that to do with animals. And you could be anywhere on the camp, and an animal one of the chickens might be coming past you, or one of the geese, or something. But yeah, and did Nathan, he's been feeding the goats when I was putting them in the stables for night. They pulled me over, lol. They were funny, them goats. They bloody eat anything, wouldn't they? They haven't got the goats at the moment. They got some big geese. I'm not sure the goats are coming back, but we've had pigs there. There's been a couple of goats. There's the horses. There's about 15 dogs, the chickens, and the geese. And there is some ducks and that at the pond on the other side, but they don't go in a coop or anything. But you know, it's really very beautiful like that if you like animals, and we've said that from the beginning. So let me go through that again. Bakers, you're never gonna be welcome ever. Anyway, you've gone silent, you bakers, because you got found out and called out for being animal abusers. All right. I'm eating some curry here that one of my nephew's friends brought round. I got my brandy. So yeah, quite a lot going on. Obviously, Darren Edmondson's in trouble. He's been arrested. I'm sure he tries to do a stream again. I'm going to have a look. Yeah, there's supposed to be a stream on tonight, so obviously Darren's been arrested. Oh, that's good news. That's good news. Yeah. It was supposed to be starting at 9 o'clock. So anyone who's going on the late night veteran show that Darren Edmondson runs is a thief. There's loads of my videos on there, but he's a thief, guys. He's stolen money, and they're still denying it to this day. And the only evidence is shown, the newspaper said it's a frauded or done on computer, the thing that he sent over. So, you know, he's just a crook. We know that, and he's well off the camp. Anyway, the camp's got its charity status, bank account back. We sort of like did an unofficial opening of it. Let me just see if I can get that video up for you. Let me just see. Let me just see. I should be able to get the video up for you. Come on, John. Where is it now? I'm not showing it there. Oh, yeah, I've got to download it off YouTube because I uploaded it off my phone, I think. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Please like my channel, subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and comment if you can. I get money. We earn money for the party through what I earn on the YouTube in just basic things. Now, everybody else's YouTube, you got to join, you got to be a member. Got to pay so much a month to see private stuff. Big John's YouTube's never been like that. Big John's YouTube's never gonna be like that. All I get revenue off is some skippable adverts and you watching my videos. That's it. There's no membership. There's no £3 a month or £5 a month for particular content. There's no content that gets hidden from anyone. There is some reactionary content on, but I'm a political party, so I want to act like a political party. I don't want to act like an auditor running and shouting and stand up to it. I want to do videos, talk about local politics, talk about community things, support the camp, support my friends who get falsely accused of things. That's what I want to do. So, you know, you can come. There is some of my videos that have had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of hits, but not everyone. I'm not an auditor. I don't antagonize people or anything. The only revenue I get is off skippable ads and maybe a mid-roll ad. That's it. No membership, no join this, no subscription. Every other cunt does it. Every other grifter does it, but I don't. And the money, when I do get any monthly money, it goes to the party bank account, and we can class that as donations for our party. So, you know, there's a trail where it all leads. It doesn't go into my pocket. I don't pocket money and not tell anyone or anything like that. None of that shit. I've never done it for 9 years, and I never will. Everyone else does it, but not Big John. No subscription, no £3 a month, none of that rubbish. I should have a bit of a shop on for you to buy stuff, like our stuff that we have to do with our party, but that's it. That's why it's worth tagging on to me and watching some of my videos. Some are really informative. A lot of things to do with local things. There's party things. Obviously, there's a lot to do with the camp. And the camp's on like a relaunch now. We're changing the name to Veterans Camp Bath. We've got a bank account and we've got our charity number back. So we'll be up and running. So we'll put that. Sorry, that banner's not supposed to be up there. I forgot. Why does it? It wasn't supposed to be up that. But so we'll do that, and we're going to be doing some regular streams with Steve, who's at the camp as well. Right. So let me see. Get my media up. Just loading in. I'll go through the chat now. I'll go through the chat. Yes, Joe. Joe Tracy in the chat there. No OnlyFans. Oh, I know Jim Talk. Oh my God. I was just saying, if it's the same person who I think is, I was just saying that I've written a reference letter for somebody, and I think it's Jim Talk who's in the chat. It might be. I'm not sure. And because he's been abused because he's a man by the police and the state. And I've also met Gareth at the camp, who is in exactly the same position, just couldn't make it up, who's been abused because he's a man and he hadn't done nothing wrong, honestly. And I'm just, if you look at some of my videos, I've talked about this. There's a lot of hate against men and stuff like that. And that climate has been brought over the past 20 years. Never used to be like this. I'm not going to say that men aren't bad. I never ever said that. But the hate now goes to all men. So if you're a nice man, you're hated by somebody for being a man. And just don't go down with me, guys. It really doesn't, you know. This man here, this fucking man here looked after his mum for 5 years with advanced Alzheimer's, sleepless nights, no sleep all night, being worried and stuff like that. Falling asleep at the side of a bed so she don't get out and fall over. You know what I mean? Encouraging her to talk about people that she forgets, and constantly going on, like when my sister's away for 2 days, constantly going on about our Tricia, so that my mum repeats it so she knows what this is what I've done for the past 5 years. And all women do is fucking, half these woke women, you just slag men off and they hate them. And it just upsets me. I've said this to a few people, and it just really upsets me. And I see it more and more, and I'm just not liking it, guys. And I'll be doing an unapologetic eventually on, well, members of Arut Shah. Let me just get her up. I say these things, and I've got the videos to show you. So that's what I should be doing, showing you the videos that I've done and what these people have said. What these people have said. Right, the downloading. All good here. 5 vets in tonight. The Armed Forces Covenant are sending over another vet here Monday. Happy days. We can help him. So can't wait. Oh, brilliant, Gio. Brilliant. Oh, I'll give Steve a ring tomorrow. I'm on the Victoria Hotel demo, but I'm going to give Steve a ring tomorrow. And, I've been so fortunate to meet a lot of these veterans myself, and if anyone knows, there was little Tom, and he passed away, but I was like one of the last people to see him alive. And the first time I went seeing him, I just cried for like an hour and a half while I was sat there. When his daughter come in, I said, "Shall I get up?" She went, no, it's all right. You just stay there. And I just carried on crying for another 30 minutes. And I met Tom like 2017. And another thing about Tom, he lived in the area where I'm running to be a candidate. Another thing about Tom, he ran as a UKIP candidate pre-referendum with getting 1,500 votes. So he's an hero. Tom is an hero. Besides doing Northern Ireland service, Tom is an hero. He's an hero to me. He's someone I can really look up to, because he's done the things I want to do. Running as in local elections, he's doing what I want to do. He's done it, what I want to do. And I can just only... Oh, good stuff, Joe. Good stuff there. And, I got to know Tom really personally very well. I spent a lot of time at the camp with him. sometimes we're just me and Tom there for a couple of days. And I remember being on bottom bunk once. I'd been traveling all day. I was tired. And I just remember comfy against a pillar and Tom telling me his Northern Ireland stories and laughing and giggling until I went to sleep. That's what it was like. And at the moment, we've got Stuart. Is it Stuart? Yeah, we've got there's Stuart at the camp, and Stuart's got 12 months to live, guys, and he just wants to live his life best. He's not pulling his face. He's not mardy with anyone. He just wants to live his life. His last year, and I've been so fortunate to spend quite a few. Well, the past couple of months to met Stuart several times, going to the camp. Great guy, cracking lad. Some really good stories he comes out with, and it's just been an honour. You know what I mean? It's been an honour meeting these people. Vince as well, meeting Vince. That was an honour. And Vince even took me and Arlene to stay at his house one time. That's what Vince was like. And he came, even though he's not into elections, he came out and supported us when we was leafleting in Yates in Gloucester. And, you know, just respect for the guy, you know what I mean? And I've met some cracking veterans at the camp and people around these veterans as well. Absolutely cracking. And it's so good. And, you know, that's why I try a bit harder for situations like this. So I want to try a bit harder. Right, so I was going on about 18 men, yeah? Let's get Arut Shah up. This is Arut Shah's, the Oldham Council leader's greatest hit. Listen carefully to what she says, and I'll explain a bit more afterwards.
Now, when Councillor Hobin approached me about the nomination, about being mayor, what I said to Councillor Hobin was, given that there has been a situation where there has been an agreement that I've always honoured, I wasn't here 50 years ago. I'm not aware of a gentleman agreement. And there's something that we have to learn today. Gentlemen shouldn't get in a room, make any kind of agreements, because that is what's created the chaos today. So
you'll learn, Eddie. I am quite quick. If you look on that board, you'll find the first person up there is a woman, not a gentleman, that benefited from whatever this agreement was, that has stayed the test of time via some very, what I would call, forthright Labour characters and everything.
So that's Arut Shah, council leader. So the deputy mayor's position, 50 years ago, there was a gentleman's agreement. Everyone knows what that is. Two parties shaking hand. Don't have to. Just because it says gentleman, don't mean that it can't be a woman shaking a man's hand. Two parties. We all get that, don't we? Yeah. Arut Shah doesn't. And then the way she went, oh, and that's wrong. Gentlemen shouldn't be making agreements. So the guy who spoke afterwards was the Lib Dem leader, Howard Sykes. And Howard pointed out that the board behind her, the wooden board with all the names of mayors and leaders of the council and deputy mayors and all that lot, the very top name who gained from this 50-year gentleman's agreement was a woman. And did you hear Arut Shah then? Oh, and gentlemen shouldn't be making it. She's so thick. She's so fucking thick. She don't even understand what a gentleman's agreement. And I put it on the screen, what a gentleman's. Oh, thank you, Antonella. Thank you. And we all know Arut Shah doesn't. And she said I wasn't here 50 years ago, and she wasn't. She's got no ethnic stance to Britain. So why would she give a shit about this Oldham or the people of Oldham? She doesn't. She only gives a shit about herself and her own self-interest. And I call her out anytime. I wrote Thicko in green, Pakistani green. I wrote Thicko. She is a thick cow. She doesn't know what a gentleman's agreement. Keeps blaming men for everything. And she hasn't got a clue. She's had pictures that That woman has had pictures in front of that big board with all them names. Did she never thought to ask what they mean? 'Cause I don't think she did. You know what I mean? And I'm just not having people talking about men like that. And there's another one in the council as well who does the same, Beth Sharp, but that's a root Sharp. Not going to ride with me. That any of that's not going to ride with me. And what I'll do, I'll tell him in the council. I'll tell him in the council. That's what I'll do. I'll tell him on a speech that don't fucking ride with me, you lot. You know what I mean? Men are masculine, men protect, men are to defend and stuff like that. And you know, like, obviously I'm a man. I've had to defend people before, and only because I was a man and bigger was I able to defend these people who were more vulnerable than me. And I physically defended them. I physically defended women from being attacked. I physically defended old people, kids, and from all sorts of situations. That's where I believe that and most men's situation are. But we're feminizing men now. So, and what they say is that masculinity is toxic. So it's doing men's heads in. The natural thing for a man and testosterone is to be masculine. They're doing them, and they make them think that the women, and then when the women, they're more aggressive and they're more violent. Yet then the woke people said, no, that trans woman is a woman, but it isn't. It's a man. But then if you look at the feminist movements, it's all men until it's no men. Well, the trans women are men, so they're just as violent. They should be put in that category, but they don't. It's so backwards, our world. It's so bloody backwards, our world. You just couldn't make it up. You just couldn't make it up. Anyway, it's 1 minute past. They do, yeah. They certainly do. I'm hoping to go and see Leggett EW over the next few weeks, because I've got campaigning to do up Grimsby. I've got leafleting. We've got 5,000 leaflets to get out, me and Angela Kingston. So I'm going to be doing a couple of trips up to Grimsby. I want to stay in the Great Yarmouth Weatherspoons they've got right next to the train station. That's where I plan to stay for a couple of nights while I do the leafleting. But I will, and I'll give him your best as well, EW. You've always been a great supporter of his and mine as well. Thank you very much. But yeah, that's it, guys. 1 minute past. Just bear with me. I'll put something on. I'll put a video, an Alan Merritt special on. We'll do an Alan Merritt, and I'll go and get another drink. What's that one? Yeah, do an Alan Merritt. I won't be a minute.
Oh, Mark, I only know Alan Merritt because I was in Beach Home in 1971. I was there for 2 years, and when I left there, they put me into a mental hospital at 13 years old. My mum got a barrister and got me released and got the social worker sacked. We're going back to 1973. I'm now 63 years old. Alan Merritt, he is a two-faced cunt. That man will side with anyone, whatever suits him at the time. He's not a genuine person. He's all the people that Alan's mixed up with, they're all nutcases. They're all crazy. I think that he buys them. I think he gives them money. You see them going out to dinner. I think he pays for everything. His wife was called Kathy. Well, when Kathy died, Kathy's knees put up. While my aunt was in the hospice dying, that thing, Alan Merritt, was going up and down the motorway on his jolly way, going to all different demos. He drew all the money out of the bank and said all the gold was stolen. Now he's loaded with money from Kathy's death. He didn't give a shit about. Well, he wants to have it off with that Auntie Marie. He told me he wanted to lick her cunt out and fuck her and all that. He's a dirty old sod. He's only 5 years older than I am. Cancelled my subscription to Wake Up UK because Alan Merritt was running gay people down, and I'm a gay man, and so was Sue Peake. I've fallen out of her as well. Another woman called Jackie Lowry. this fat ugly thing. He was just really irritated me, Alan Merritt. I don't give a shit what happens to him. If somebody smashes his face in, it will serve him right. He's got too big-headed. He thinks he's John Wedger. He thinks he's a bloody journalist. He's no journalist. What? He comes from the same area that I come from, in Hammersmith, Shepherd's Bush in London. We come from exactly the same place. He comes from the slums. That's where he comes from. I know where he lives because I come from the same place. But I live in Christchurch in Dorset. I live near the sea. I've got a 2-bedroom house, but I have to pay bedroom tax. And also, Mark, if he really loved his wife, he wouldn't have been going to demos while his wife was dying in a hospice. He would have stayed by her side. But Alan Merritt, he thinks he knows it all, done it all. When he's with Tinkerbell and, Andy Marie, he's buying them and giving them all money. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that he buys people because he's loaded with money. Well, all I can say, Mark, is that Alan Merritt is fucking stupid. He gets himself involved with some really stupid people.
Alan Merritt's greatest. It's somebody told me that they've seen it and they said something like, you better not say anything. You are. Tell John that he can't say something about somebody. Is that did people hear that? And then he initially I got a message that he's gonna phone the police. Fucking phone the police, Alan. I'll do that video about you every goddamn week. That's what I'll do. Because you're just an arsehole. And the same for a lot of the people who back you. You're just a load of, well, let's get it on. Let's get it on. You're just a load of sheep. You're just a load of fucking sheep, honestly. You get banging on with a sheep noise. Come on. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Tinkle, tinkle. Joe, by the way, thank you, George Racing. Got me onto the sheep. Bah, bah. Hey. There we go. But they're all sheep, guys. That's what they are. I'll cut this video up after and I'll do some separate videos on it. I mean, the ones where I'm going on at the Jewish Chronicle, I'm really going to do some little videos, put some words up, then go on Jewish Chronicle on X and then put it on every single post going back a year. And then I'll do the same with Good Law Project, Simon Felt, Avon Somerset Police. I want to call them out because they wasted £1 million. What for? No further action, guys. No further action. And we've had people come on, oh, that camp's been raided, extreme, but there's been no further action, guys. You know what I mean? But there's still people who say stuff like that. Is it Jordan? Grenadier Dave's son, Jordan, he started the other week with it. You're just a load of pricks, honestly, and sheep. That's what you are, you sheep. And I'm saying that to people who think they know me well and who think me friends, you fucking sheep. And I hope you feel it there. I hope you feel it there. Is he talking about me? Yeah, I am. Yes, I am talking about you. Anyway, good night. And I will see you tomorrow live at the Victoria Hotel from about 12 o'clock. And I'll be doing a YouTube. And I've got some speeches set up. And I've got some information, like I've been emailing people. I've emailed Ollingwood councillors, Fieldsworth West councillors, Moston councillors and South Chatterton councillors, which is 12 councillors about that Victoria Hotel. And only one of them 12 councillors has been down, which was 2 weeks ago, which was Abdul Wahid of the Oldham Group. So that's why he gets big respect for even coming down. But the rest of them haven't been down. A majority of them are white people. What I said in the mail, I'm not going to show the mail, but I will say a little bit about it. What I said in the mail is that we're sick of being called Nazis when it's just normal people. There is no Nazis there. And, like, these lefties call everyone Nazis, yeah? So can I call all Muslims terrorists then? Is that the same thing? Just think about it. If you can call all these protesters who were outside the hotels Nazis when they're not Nazis, then I should be able to say that all Muslims are terrorists, shouldn't I? Let's think about it. Good night. God bless. And I'm definitely not apologising.